Hello and welcome to our show. I'm Cornelia and I'm a member of the International Coaching Federation, so as you can already guess, I'm also a life coach. I work mostly with leaders and teenagers, but also with anyone who wants to find happiness in life. I enjoy working with leaders because they have a sharp mind, they are trendsetters, and also they are building the future. And with teenagers, of course, I love working with them because they are the future, and I think we have to take care of our future. In regards to the ones in search of happiness, they are the most interesting people in the world, and I love working with them. I'm working with people ever since I was in college, where I studied children psychopedagogy. And then the fate brought me into the journalistic world, where it was a very good fit for me because I love writing and reading. And coming into the journalistic world, I have discovered politics, and I fell in love with politics as well. I think I take the love for reading and writing from my great-grandfather, who was a writer, but he was also a politician, so maybe I'm taking this from him as well. After many years of journalism, I moved into the public relation area, where I became a manager for institutions or politicians, so I was working directly with them to send and bring good messages in the communities. And I try to do my share every time to improve the life of the community close to me. And after another few years, I have become a personal advisor for politicians and also for artists like actors and musicians. Although I'm a pretty private person, I have to tell you that a few things about myself. I love, as I was saying, reading and writing. I'm passionate about books. I have thousands of books. As you've probably already noticed, my accent is European. I live in Romania, which is my home country, but I also have an adoptive country, which is Denmark. My daughter was born in Denmark and she grew up there until now, when she's 10 years old. I will probably always be back and forth Denmark and Romania, and that's because the two countries together are bringing me a lot of balance, being so different. I also love dogs. I've always had dogs in my life. I cannot see my life without a dog. They are family members, and right now we have a chocolate Labrador called Tommy. Unfortunately, we lost our dearest dog, Oliver. He was a great beagle. We lost him last year. Among my greatest passions, or let's say the thing I'm spending most of my money on, it's antiques. I love antiques. I love everything that it's old, anything from old books to old objects that have a history and can bring some emotion into our modern lives. Talking about topics in our podcast, the main topic is gonna be life with its joys and sorrows, with its challenges and accomplishments, and with its normal things. Maybe many of you remember to celebrate the normal life that we have, and that's something me and Micah really want to do in this podcast: celebrate life, even if it's if we are talking about really painful things like narcissistic abuse or toxic relationships or toxic childhood and so on, or if we talk about great people who changed or shaped our lives in a way or another, or I don't know, great accomplishments. So all of these are in the same soup, which is called life. And both me and Micah, we love life, and we love and embrace everything that comes with. Like many of us, my life wasn't easy, but I don't like to talk about it. I'm such a private person, and this is my first time when I'm in front of camera. I'm usually behind it. So, being such a private person, I don't like to share too much about my life, but at the same time, I have to tell you that I've been through a narcissistic marriage at one point, and it's been hell for me. during that marriage and after it, I have developed a really bad generalized anxiety. And you're gonna find a lot of tips for getting over anxiety in this podcast, because if you have the right mindset, you can get over it. In this podcast, we're going to talk a lot about what a life coach is. Life coach is a relatively new profession, and I want to talk about it and spread some awareness about it, because unfortunately there are so many people waking up in the morning saying that they want to be a life coach, and it doesn't work like this, really. Being a life coach means so many things, and first of all, it's learning and studying a lot and becoming certified. There are some institutions that are internationally approved, and that's where you have to become certified. You cannot be a life coach without any certification, and that's because you have to learn the rules and the manners you work with the client. At the same time, you have to understand two of the main things of life coaching. One of them is being a very good listener, and the other one is asking the right questions. If you don't ask the right questions, you will never get the right answer, and the client will never get to a breakthrough. So if you start to advise people regarding what they should or should not do, it doesn't make you a life coach. A life coach is not a certified life coach is not allowed to advise the client. You only have to ask the right questions. I really hope you will join us, and you will like and subscribe our channel, and we're looking forward to the next episodes.